Now I'm going to give the last one on this, and I think it will even be more clear. This is taken by what Baha'u'llah quoted from the Qur'an at the conference of Badasht, when there were three groups of people that had come together. There were those who believed that the purpose of the Baha'i faith was to be a jihad, and that they were going to take basically Iran by force, with the Bab leading the way. And the first thing they were going to do is go and free him from prison and then march on Tehran. They were the majority. They came to gather together to figure out the plan. Then there was a second group, and they came because they were trying to find better teaching methods. And they had just come from a town with Qudus where they had taught the faith openly in the streets, etc. And many people became Baha'i, but then the clergy came down and there was a slaughter of people, children left without parents, and terrible conditions left behind as a result of this method. And then there was Tahirih, who was kind of like a rock star of her day. Instead of having musicians, they had poets and poetess. That was the high, noble art form. And she was a noted poetess. So when she came to this one town, people turned out, they wanted to come to her, quote unquote, her concert. And from behind a curtain, she quoted her poetry, but then she taught its meaning, which was not just a love poem, but it was love for the manifestation of God, the Bab. She basically taught the faith in this method. Many became Babis, and not one life was lost. These three groups now have come to Badasht. And of course, the first thing that happens is the battle starts when they start arguing about. And at one point, Tahirih turns to Qudus and says, I have been sent, you are but my pupil, that the Bab has sent me to teach. Well, he was the Bab. No, he was not the Bab. He was the moon, the leading Babi. And here she says, I am to be your teacher. This created great consternation. That's another story, what the meaning of all that is. But I just want to point out that when all this had been going on for days, Baha'u'llah called everybody together and he quoted this quote, and it brought peace and contentment, and they went out. Qudus and Tahirih left together in the same, I forget what they call it, but Howdah, is that what it's pronounced like? But we'd call it the modern day taxi. Now then, I want to read through this, and I'm going to give an explanation of each line in a language of today that I think we can grasp the meaning of this in a simple way. The quote of Baha'u'llah at Badasht.
When the terror descends.
When terrifying change begins to happen.
And none denies its descending.
Everyone has a sense of the impending calamities over the horizon.
Abasing, exalting.
Some are brought down when this happens. Others are raised up.
When the earth shall be rocked.
When our normal lives and ways of seeing things are shaken.
And the mountains crumbled and became a dust scattered.
When our traditional beliefs seem to crumble in front of our eyes.
And you shall be three bands.
There will be three different groups responding to the events.
Companions of the right, O companions of the right.
These are those that are unfazed and seem to think like, it's just the way it is and everything. It doesn't seem to be affecting me directly, so everything's fine.
Companions of the left.
Oh, these people, they're scared, they're distraught. Very concerned, these companions are, and really quite shaken.
And the outstrippers.
The outstrippers, these are the foremost. Oh, the foremost from among the believers. These are those who've attained to a different way of seeing things.
Those are they brought nigh to the throne.
These are they that have attained the presence of the Beloved.
In the gardens of delight.
In the spirit of certitude and the paradise of guidance.
A throng of the ancient.
like spiritual heroes of the past.
And how few of the latter folk.
Only a few attain this stage.
Upon close-wrought couches,
They gather together in kind of a spirit of unity where they can look at each other and look into each other's eyes.
reclining upon them, set face to face.
Very relaxed as they gaze into each other's eyes.
Immortal youths going round about them.
Those who are forever young share with inspiration.
With goblets and ewers and a cup from a spring.
From the spring of the Word of God, they pour into their cups.
No brows throbbing, no intoxication.
Intoxicated by the Spirit, but not by strong wine.
And such fruits as they shall choose.
They choose various understandings from the food of enlightenment.
And such flesh of fowl as they desire.
And many kinds of knowledge and wisdom as they desire.
And wide-eyed hurries,
While the hidden meanings of the Word of God descend upon them.
as the likeness of hidden pearls.
As fresh insights of relevant truth are discovered like pearls.
A recompense for that they labored.
A reward for their anxious concern and efforts.
Therein they shall hear no idle talk, no cause of sin.
In their midst there is no foolish talk, no negativity.
Only the saying, peace, peace.
Only peace of mind and peace of heart are in their presence. Okay, I'm going to skip over the story of the mystic and the sincere believer for now. I'd like to go on to the chart, the divine unity of God, recognizing the six. That looks like this. This is a chart that kind of meshes all the things that we've been doing into a single reality here. If you'll notice that there is the solid line that has the manifestations of God, the six manifestations. And then you see two heavy lines that divide up the three. And then the lighter lines that divide up the six. And all the ones above the line are actually quotes from the writings. And what's down below is some of my commentary. But if you notice that Nasut, Malakut, and Jabarut are the three in that thing, and in parentheses of the world, of the kingdom, of paradise. Mind, heart, and eye, the companions on the left, the companions on the right, and the foremost. These, and by the way, they could be reversed.